Hi friends, how are you? So we are here with one more topic, and that too, which is for people who are influencing the world to adopt and practice what they like and what they want world to follow through. Definitely, it's a very special task which they're doing, and definitely require a lot of internal skills to make sure that they endorse and influence people in the positive and right direction. Now, what we are going to influence today is what kind of a VAT treatment is applicable to them if they are in UAE or they are dealing somewhat with someone who is in UAE. So as there is a simple jargon going on, ये मैं हूँ, ये मेरी family है और ये मेरी party हो रही है. So I think this is coming very apt. ये मैं हूँ, ये मेरा tax है और ये बैंक में जमा होना है. So let's look at कितना tax जमा होना है and what need to be done. So we are going to start and let's bring up some of the points which are being highlighted in this session. So we are going to talk about how and what kind of influence an artist or a social media influencer will have if he's outside UAE. That means he doesn't have a presence in UAE. However, that person, he or she is dealing with a company which is registered in UAE. So we'll look at various scenarios. I'm looking at a case one. So on the left side, you can see the case number is provided. So we're going to look at an instance where a social media provider is outside UAE and providing services to a VAT registered company in UAE. That's not at all a problem, a very clean stuff. In this case, there is no obligation in the hand of artist or social media influencer. What will happen is the company who is importing the services, that is a UAE VAT registered company, will take care of everything as an import of service and will apply under RCM. Now, what is RCM? I've done a video before that. So maybe if you want to look for it, please go to my YouTube channel. You can pick up the video on RCM and can refresh the concept on RCM. Technically speaking, from an influencer perspective, you don't have any obligation if you're providing services to a VAT registered person. So that's a good thing to do. Now let's look at a case two, where again the artist or social media influencer is outside UAE, but is providing services either to a VAT unregistered company or to an individual who is also not registered for VAT. Now this is a tricky situation, and this is can be quite complicated. In this case, there is definitely an obligation for an artist to register for VAT in UAE or a social media influencer to register for VAT in UAE. There is a very special thing which I need to say. There is no threshold here. If you are providing services to an individual or to an unregistered company, that means they're not registered for VAT. Even 1 dirham is mandatory to get into a VAT registration. So if you are providing services from outside to UAE to unregistered person or individual, you are mandatorily required to register for VAT, even though your income from the total transaction is very negligible. So I'm talking even 1 dirham. So that's an important part to be taken care of. Now let's look at case three. So case three is we have taken a lot of import of services. Now let's break up a lot of an important social media influencers and artists who are there in UAE. So if you are providing a services to a registered, unregistered, does not make any difference. Point number one, you can provide services to a UAE company which is registered for VAT or unregistered, does not make difference because you are providing services from UAE. Or you are providing a services to a foreign company, which can be called as export of service. For VAT purpose, you need to combine the total value of services which you are providing, because both are taxable services. In UAE, when you're providing services, you will be taxing them at a standard rated, which may be a 5% whenever you get registered. And for a foreign company, it will be qualified under export of services. Although it is zero rated, but still it is taxable. So in this case, when you are providing these services, artist or social media influencer is required to register for VAT if the total services which are provided or the total value of services which are provided is more than 375,000 dirhams in previous 12 months, or you're expecting in next 30 days. So let's look broadly as previous 12 months. If that is the case, you need to immediately go and register for VAT and take care of VAT obligations. Now, in this case, since we are talking about individual who is a social media influencer or an artist, there are 2 points also need to be looked at. Since you are providing services at an individual level, you need to have some sort of license to operate. Because as we know in UAE, your visa has to be aligned with a commercial visa or a visa which allows you to work as a commercial sense. So that means you need to either register as a freelancer or whatever capacity, or set up a freelancing license which allows you to operate commercially in UAE. So that's also become a mandatory part when your turnover is achieving, or when you're doing any kind of a commercial business within UAE space. In this case, when you are an individual, take care of all the services which you're providing, not only social media services as one bucket, all the services as an individual you're providing, which can be consulting, freelancing, or whatever you do, all those should be combined to arrive at a value of 375,000. So as we said, match up what is provided to locally and what is being provided to outside also. All those cases, 375,000, if it is achieved, it is mandatorily an obligation for the artist or social media influencer to register themselves. Unless you are taking other route of agents or something, which maybe we'll talk in the next video and talk about more in details. This is a complete action plan. So you need to look at very clearly, 375,000 is being achieved and you need to get yourself registered. Hope you like the video. It's a short video just to give a quick snapshot of what are the obligations which are coming up. Hope you like it. If you like it, give a thumbs up and do subscribe. Take care of yourself till we meet again. Thank you very much. Have a good time. Bye-bye.